Hey everybody, welcome to At Home with Rev D on Sunday nights, streaming to you live from North Fort Myers, Florida. So happy to be here with you tonight. Thank you for joining me. I have to tell you, today is so not Florida, and I know many of you live in places all around the world, but it was 51 degrees here today. 51 degrees. I think right now it's like 60. So I'm all bundled up here, freezing my little tush off. But so happy you're here. Hi, David, Heather, Terry Waldrop. No, kisses to you. Been such a long time that you and I have connected. You're amazing. Love to catch up with you. This is so for those of you who are here who don't know who I am, I'm officially kind of Reverend Denise Schubert. I'm a Science and Mind minister. Recently retired from the Unity Naples Church community, amazing community in Naples, also the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living in North Carolina. And I'm here with you because I'm working from home these days. So I've created this forum for myself to create community and to also simply just connect with people and to be in the business of raising consciousness. Robin and Brian, oh my God, Arkansas, North Carolina, Naples. So great to see you all. So we're going to talk about attitude tonight. I love the conversation about attitude because you don't have to believe in God to believe in attitude. And, hi Terry, there are really wonderful reasons to work on our attitude because our attitude is it is that which precedes our ability to manifest in the universe, right? So bad attitude equals bad result, good attitude equals good results. And I'd love to share more. I'm going to share more about that with you because, as most of you know, I just had what most of us have at some moment is kind of a health kerfuffle and spent a few days in the hospital. And I got to witness firsthand what a bad attitude can bring you and what a good attitude can bring you. So it's all a good thing, right? So I want to do all the announcements I have to do before I actually start because I want to pray us in. So first of all, for those of you who are joining me for the first time, let me see if this works. So this particular mode of talking to you and sharing with you and being with you is me to you. There's really nothing you can do about it, right? I'm talking, you're listening, you can see me, I can't see you. But on Monday nights, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a group of us have been coming together on Zoom to unpack tonight's message. So if you want to talk about tonight, if you want to share about tonight, if you're not clear about tonight, you are welcome. Just join us on Zoom. And I just shared with you the link on Zoom. So you can just come to this link. We've been having 6 to 10 people. It's been, in my view, quite extraordinarily wonderful. The other announcement, as you all know, the book study is closed. But if you want to support this ministry, and you don't have to, I'm going to be here whether you do or whether you don't, but this is how I'm working these days. So if you want to, you can simply post a donation of whatever you want at this web address I'm just sending to you. So those are the only announcements I have tonight. Next week, we're going to talk about heroes, and I have a workshop coming up on the 4 kingdoms of consciousness, but I'm going to talk about more of that next week. So those are my announcements. So how tonight's going to go is we're going to talk about attitude is everything. I love this topic. I love, for those of you who know me, I want our spiritual practice to be reflected in our everyday living, because our everyday living, life throws things at us, right? And how do we bring ourselves to the things that are get thrown at us? How do we navigate the everyday living through our belief in spiritual principles, laws, and perhaps even our experience and belief in God? You know, I believe in God totally, not God like a man with a beard upstairs. I don't believe in that God, but this amazing connection that we have with something greater than ourselves, the God of my own understanding. I'm totally on board with that. I've felt it every day in every way. So, so I'm going to pray us in, and then we'll talk. Then we'll kind of dive into tonight. And it is kind of a one-way thing, but be here with me. I want you to be here with me, not like I have something important to say, because I've become more humble as time goes on, but be here with me like you have something to listen to that may be interesting to you. If we are in this life, we are on a journey, and it is a journey. There is no destination here. It's not like you're going to arrive and then you will be this amazingly spiritual being who has no more problems. It's kind of not what it is, right? So tonight we're going to talk about attitude is everything. And I want to share with you a little bit what precepted this topic, because as most of you know, I'm kind of pulling from my recent experience with a hip replacement. I had a minor stroke, very minor stroke, that I'm totally recovered from and doing great. But it led me into many ideas I didn't have before that. Like, something's gotten different for me. And I'm going to tell you that I was in the Lee Memorial Hospital in a shared room. I know, me in a shared room with not my own bathroom. Can you hardly believe that? And this woman came in, and she was so angry at having to be in the hospital. She was so mad and so nasty and so mean to the nurses. And all this woman wanted was a Diet Coke. I mean, truly. And I think she wasn't supposed to have a Diet Coke, because I think whatever was going on with her had to do with her bowels and her belly and her. But she was so mean to the nurses. And I just looked at her and I said, if you want a Diet Coke, you have got to get nicer, because they're here to help you. But it was interesting, because I myself wasn't really playing the attitude game. I was not happy to be there either. I mean, I was miserable. I was very unhappy to be there. And it wasn't like I was mean. I don't have too many mean bones, but I was not happy. I was not saying, oh, thank you so much for being a nurse and helping me. Right? Do you understand what I'm saying? So I really realized that attitude is everything. If you want to get what you want in life, you need to bring a certain attitude. So let me pray us in. Praying us in doesn't mean prayer in any kind of traditional way. It means I want to bless our time together, because we are, in my understanding and my belief and my conviction, we are so much more than these bodies. We are spiritual beings, and that I want to call this time sacred. Like, this is not a waste of our time, that we are here by divine appointment, we are here to come into the power and the presence of our spirit, which is connected to the spirit of all things. I saw this beautiful video today of a baby hippopotamus taking milk out of a bottle from a human. If you've ever been around a hippopotamus, that's a miracle, because they are really mean critters. But we are connected to each other. And so we pause for a moment in this day. I invite you to pause with me, to breathe. Take a deep inhale, the deepest inhale of your day, and let it go to let go of any problems you're bringing into our time together. Just set them aside for a moment, because they'll still be there when you're done. They're not going anywhere. And to recognize that we are surrounded by a divine and we are surrounded by science and love, a divine intelligence, something that has created sunsets that we did not create, but we get to bear witness to. And to recognize that this intelligence supports us, undergirds us, cradles us, is available to us. And I know that as we come together, we are blessed. That's what I know. Tonight is a blessing to me and to you. And I amplify that through this prayer, simply knowing that it is the truth, and that I know that we are all, individually and collectively, receptive, open hearts, open minds to all the good that's here. And so it is. Amen. Yes, you say amen to this too, right? You do. I know that you do. So Suki, I just want to say hello to whoever's just come in. Suki has come in. Hi, Suk. So wonderful. So let's talk about attitude. Let's kind of dive into attitude. So the definition of attitude is a settled way of thinking or feeling about something or something, typically reflected in our behavior. And we all know some people have a good attitude, some people have a bad attitude, some people are cranky, some people are loving, some people are authentic, some people are inauthentic. Like, our attitude is kind of a culmination, really, of our life experiences. But I want to shine the light of importance on this tonight, how important it is. It's not nothing. It's easy to think that our life is governed by chance or the stars or our past or our parents or luck. But I want to tell you that as an adult being, and we're not talking about children here. Children are a different story. But as an adult human being, what you can accomplish, what you can achieve, what you can experience is governed by how your attitude and your approach to other people and to life itself. I would say to you in this moment that a spiritual life of power, and that's my body of work is called a spiritual life of spiritual power. Life of spiritual power is a life of intention and manifestation. And you are an on-purpose being with spiritual intention for being here. There is no luck, no chance of the draw, no the dice are being cast on your behalf. That you have a reason for being here. And when we set our intention to live into that life, there's something different can happen than when we don't. Now, it is true that our past, my past is no different than your past. I had really interesting parents. They were wonderful. Really, now I say that in all sincerity. But I also grew up in an alcoholic family with very little affection or purpose or intention. So I wasn't really taught how to be an intentional human being. And more than likely, you were not either. Some of you were. I envy you. But mostly, when we come into adulthood, we have to choose. Ernest Holmes says, change your thinking, change your life. There are many, many wonderful New Thought teachers and Eastern teachers who say, change your conscious. As you change the inside, the outside will change. And I know that it's not easy. I truly do, because I'm just like you, on a path just like you. So attitude is not about being positive or good. It's actually more about getting what you want from life. So we want happiness, we want appreciation, we want power, we want to manifest the things that we want. We want all of that, and you cannot get that without an attitude that's consistent with what you want. So I often used to say that if you were looking, so we do this in relationship all the time. Oh, I do a lot of coaching with people, and they go, oh, Reverend Denise, I just want a loving, relationship where I'm respected and appreciated, and there's integrity and honesty in the relationship. That's what I want. And it's like, well, okay, that's great. What are you bringing? Because you can't have that if you're just a cranky old person. You can't have a happy person if you're a cranky person. You can only have that which is already within you. So to have the money we want, or the health we want, or the relationship we want, we have to bring that first. As within, so without. That is the spiritual principle. So a spiritual life of choice is backed by commitment and enthusiasm. Right? Yes. So, as far as I can tell, we are in life, and we're going from point A to point B. You may not see that at this moment, but we're where we are. So you are exactly where you are in this moment. The way that you are, as you are, a culmination of your entire life history. You're standing right where you are, and you're wanting to go someplace else. Or maybe you're not wanting to go someplace, but I'm going to tell you, it matters not whether you want to go someplace else or not. You are going to go there. Because life, you could sit on your couch drinking beer and watching TV all day if you want to. You're still going to go somewhere else. Point A to point B. So this process of moving from point A to point B is tied up with enthusiasm, and it's tied up with attitude. It's like, what's going to happen between A and B? I'm going to tell you, A and B has to do with being in the world. All the work in consciousness. I know I'm going a little bit deep here, but all the work in consciousness, the vision, the dreaming, the vision boards, your masterminds, this is the life of my dreams, happens with yourself. It's like that's a between you and God thing. To actually make it happen is a people thing. To actually make it happen, you have to be in the world with people who are somehow supporting you on your journey. Because you can't do it by yourself. It's just not possible. You can't really get from point A to point B without other people, unless it's just moving from the couch to the lounger. But that's not who we are. So life lived is a choice backed by commitment and enthusiasm. Remember, two spiritually critical ideas. Are you ready? Critically important. I want you to really hear them like you believe me, like you believe that they are true. One is that the intelligence that governs the natural world governs you. Like you are not outside of the sunsets and the planets rotating. Last week we talked about, in Michael Singer's book, he's talked about how we are like Earth is a dust ball hurling through space in the middle of nowhere. So why not be happy? But on this hurling dust ball, there are sunsets, and the body, and the moon rises and the sun rises, and we rotate, and photosynthesis takes place, and aerodynamics takes place, and our body, the body is an amazing, do you even like what it takes to get your blood and your digestion and it is an amazingly organized system that you did not create. So that intelligence that governs that also governs you. And it has an innate drive to provide you with what you want and need. It's built into the system. So, part of it is that you have a right and a reason to be here. You are an on-purpose being. It's like you're just not protoplasm. You're not just like a zygote. It's like you chose and you are a part. So the universe wants you to have what you need and what you want to fulfill your divine destiny, because you are here. You are here. You are here for more. You're here for more love. You're here for more. Your soul is here to evolve, and you're here to give your gifts. I just read it. I can't remember it exactly, but Steve Jobs is one of my heroes, really. We're going to talk about heroes next week, but he's one of my heroes. And there was I'm not going to do this quote exactly, but something he said about how he just realized that being here is not about the money. It's not about the sex. It's not about the power. It's not about the drugs. It's about leaving whatever you can leave for the evolution of all that is. And that is our innate, natural intention. Is why we're here. So that the universe, that God, whatever you want to call it, God brought you here and wants you to have what you need to fulfill that. And you and I, by the way, we get so lost along the way. We do. We get lost. Our families help us get lost. Our culture helps us get lost. Fox News helps us get lost. We just forget. So if anything, I guess if I have a reason here, I keep my biggest desire is to keep remembering why I'm here. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? And I know all of you do too. Like, what's the bigger purpose? Because it cannot be about that petty thing that's been keeping you awake at night, right? There's a greater something. So one is to remember, sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent. I tend to do that. The intelligence that governs the natural world also governs you, and that it has whatever it is, and whatever it is has an innate mandate to provide you with what you need and want. And not what you need and want from an ego perspective, but what you need and want from a spiritual perspective, which is your fulfillment. The second mandate is that the love is the ethereal highway. So love is the fabric. Love is the, if you were a fish in a fishbowl, love is the water. So we live in love. We live in a universe that is tied together by love. If it were not, and I believe this, if it were tied together by hate or by the power of hate, it would have exploded and imploded so many years ago. But love wins. Love, Gandhi said, love always wins. But this is not conditional love. It's real love, unconditional love, agape love, spiritual love. And if you can align yourself with that, your way will be made easy. Manifestation becomes easy. Now, this thing of attitude, I'm going to go back to comments for a moment to see if any of you have anything to say. Hi, Lonnie. Yay. Hi, Lonnie. And Casey, hi. Welcome. And if you have anything to say, you can type it in here and I will see it. If you have a question, I would actually come to Monday nights with your questions, wanting to share, but you can ask a question here. But listen, attitude, as we get from here to there, so you're here and you want to go there, here to there. That is the journey, here to there. In every minute, you're where you are, go someplace else. You get there, then go someplace else. You get there, then go someplace else. You're not going to ever get there without people who want to help you. So like this woman in the hospital, I told her, I said, if you want a Diet Coke, if you want these doctors to help you, if you want the nurses to be, when you're in the hospital and you push a nurse's button, do you think they come to you because they have to? Yes, to some degree, but also if they think you appreciate them or you value them, they're going to come help you. You're going to get what you need. If you want to publish that book, you think calling the publisher and being a cranky, why haven't you read my manuscript, is going to get your book published? It is not. That your attitude of one of love, of support, of appreciation, of gratitude is going to get you the cooperation and what you need. I promise you. I'm telling you, and you don't have to believe in God to do this. This is not about religion. This is about recognizing that we live in a lawful universe. As you are to the world will be to you. As you think, so shall it be. As you believe, it will be done unto you. Your attitude is it is the vehicle by which other people can participate with you in this life as you get from here to there. And if you think you can get to here to there without other people, you are wrong. You cannot. You cannot. Even from just purely a love and support, it's like we need each other in every possible way. And I have come to know this more deeply in the last 3 months than I've ever known this. And I've known it for a long time. But there's just something about, even when you're down and blue, even when you're struggling, even when the world seems against you, even when there is no hope, if you can bring forth some kind of hope, some kind of gratitude, some kind of, I know there's a way out here, that the universe will conspire to help you with that. I promise you. It's just simply, it's like gravity. It's just how it works. And whether you believe in gravity or not, gravity could care less. The universe, if you don't like the way the universe runs, just go stand at a mountaintop and go, I hate the universe. You know what the universe says back to you? Nothing. Do you know why? Because it doesn't care what you think. The universe cares what you feel. In fact, one of my favorite quotes, which I have for you tonight, is Maya Angelou. And she said, it doesn't really matter what you say or what you do. What matters is how you make people feel. So when you're standing in that grocery line, when you're, talking to the post office clerk, when you're talking to your, the husband or wife you're divorcing, or the husband or wife you want, or the relationship you want, don't worry too much about what you say or do. You want to contribute to life, right? You want to contribute to life. And when you contribute to people, they are going to want to help you. They're going to want to support you. They're going to want to publish your book. They're going to want to help you get moved. And your cranky self will never accomplish that. So as you know, my whole ministry is about practical spirituality. It is. It's like, let tonight serve you tomorrow, or it's not really very good. The worship of God is not useful if you go home and kick your dog, right? So we want to find joy and happiness right here, right now, in our circumstances, whether they be pleasant circumstances or whether they be unpleasant circumstances. And my message tonight really is that the more you can bring up a loving attitude to your circumstances, the more pleasant they will be, even if they're unpleasant. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, so that is, hi, Bauer Finley. I'm not quite sure where you are or who you are, but welcome to Sunday Night at Rev D's. Toby, so great to see you. Lonnie, so happy to see you here. So that's it. I'm going to, pray with us. But so I would encourage you this week to be present to how you show up. And I'm not really talking about what's going on in your mind, because you can bring forward a loving, positive, supportive, appreciative attitude towards the people in your life, even if you're cranky in your mind. So sometimes we have to act as if, or show up as if, but I think my deepest message here is there is a direct correlation between how you are and what you get out of life. So you can't get something that you are not, and you can always get something that you are. So if you are grateful, appreciative, and positive, you will get grateful appreciation positivity back at you. And it works. So, so if you're suffering or sad, you know, just take a look at your attitude and see if you can change that in some way, right? All right. So next week, so I want to encourage you tomorrow night to join me. And this is really not hard. I mean, if you're a Zoom person, I'm going to just tell you, go to join. All you have to do is go join Zoom meeting 479-283-9409. That is my home phone, and it's going to connect you to my Zoom account. And this is open to everyone. You know, everything we're doing on Sunday and Monday is by a donation only. There is no cost to be here, no cost to be with me on Monday. So, I mean, if you want, I want you to donate. I want you to support me, but you don't have to. You can just log in. No judgment on my part. I'm not going to say, oh my God, none of that. So please do come tomorrow night and get into a face-to-face where we can see each other, talk to each other. Yeah? You say yes to that, right? Yes to that. Next week, we're going to talk about, I love this topic, by the way. I love next week. Who are the heroes and heroines in your life, and why are they so important to you? Because it's a very, very spiritual thing. So if I don't see you tomorrow, please join us next Sunday at 6 p.m. If you have nothing else to say, I think I am complete. So, yeah. So I'm going to pray us out. And again, praying us out isn't about God. Praying us out is about blessing our time. It's like giving thanks for our time. It's about aligning ourselves with the yes of the universe to us, and to become into the awareness for me that we're not just here for ourselves, that we are here to contribute whatever we can while we're here to the all that is. So you have children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. We know the world's kind of a sucky place in many ways. There's a lot of war, a lot of hate, a lot of disenfranchisement, a lot of lovelessness, and we want to not contribute to that. We want to be a part of changing that in our own small ways. You don't have to go change the world. You just have to change your attitude tomorrow. So let's take a breath together. Take a breath, a deep cleansing. You know, life is breath. Without breath, there is no life. That breath that you're taking is filled with love, agape love, spiritual love, unconditional love. Remember, it's the water in our fishbowl. Love is the fabric of our being. No matter what we've been raised to believe, no matter how it's been beaten out of us, no matter what we've done to others or others have done to us, none of that matters. None of it. Let it go. Let it all go. So in this moment, we connect to each other in this consciously connected community of sorts, right? Here we are. I don't know how many of us, 15 to 20 of us here together tonight, thinking new thoughts, exploring together. And we recognize that there is a power and a presence. There is something greater than ourselves. We did not create anything. We simply appreciate it. We simply bear witness to it. And so I give thanks for tonight. I give thanks for the connection. I give thanks for the love between us. Even if you're a new friend, there is love between us, or you would not be here. You would have hung up a minute ago. And so I just appreciate that we have been spiritually drawn by divine appointment to explore what it means to live life fully from a spiritual perspective. We know that the ego can't give us that. And so I speak my word for and about each and every person within the sound of my voice, simply proclaiming and claiming for each of us that we move into this week aware of our effect on people, aware of how we can both help and be helped by love, and knowing that that's fully possible, and that if there is a divine, if God is real, then what God wants for us is happiness. That's what I know. There is no God who wants us to suffer, and that whoever it, she, he, it is, it's on our side. And so I give thanks for tonight. We simply just allow this time to be whole and complete. Looking forward to our next time of coming together, knowing that this week is magnificent in every way. I bless you. I accept your blessings. I know that all is well, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Namaste to you. Thank you for joining me tonight. I will see you tomorrow night, or I will see you next Sunday. Peace and blessings.